I think the biggest problem I had this year, even with him and on his side, is identity.
I think that I was just, living in this shame, living in all this sort of stuff of my past, and I wasn't able to move on.
I don't want anything ever to happen to him bad. It hurts me.
Selena Gomez has long been praised for the grace and resilience she's shown while navigating personal struggles. But her past with Justin Bieber continues to captivate public attention, especially now, as shocking new details surface about Justin's ties to Diddy Combs during their famously on-again, off-again relationship. During that chaotic chapter, Justin was often seen deep within Diddy's inner circle, attending his exclusive, and now infamous parties, many of which have come under serious scrutiny amid troubling allegations. While Selena may not have been a direct participant in those scenes, she was undeniably close to the chaos, often standing just behind the curtain, witnessing far more than she's ever let on. At the peak of their romance, Justin was caught in a storm of fame, pressure, and powerful influences, and Diddy's world was a major part of it. Those close to Selena and Justin suggest she had a front-row seat to the darker side of that lifestyle, one she's never fully spoken about. Now, as disturbing revelations about those years resurface, fans are left with pressing questions. How much did Selena see? What secrets is she still holding on to? And will she ever step forward to share the truth behind it all? Given everything Justin endured and with Selena so closely connected to those years, her perspective could shed powerful light on what really happened behind the scenes. Known for being fiercely protective of her exes, Selena's response to the recent revelations could be both heartfelt and deeply eye-opening. Fans are watching closely, waiting with bated breath to see if she'll finally break her silence and share her side of the story, especially as the dark shadow surrounding Diddy's world continues to grow. But before we dive deeper, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. It's totally free and helps us keep bringing you the stories that matter most. Now back to the drama. Justin Bieber has reportedly been going through a rough patch in recent weeks, just as Diddy Combs faces mounting legal troubles that are shaking the entertainment industry to its core. With Diddy now at the center of serious allegations, some of which could potentially lead to prison time, Justin's past association with the mogul is being re-examined, reopening emotional scars from a chaotic chapter of his life. Sources close to Justin say these developments have triggered a wave of unresolved emotions tied to his time within Diddy's orbit, a time when he was still a young star trying to navigate sudden fame, relentless pressure, and dangerously influential circles. Adding even more complexity to the situation is Selena Gomez. She stood by Justin through much of that era, quietly witnessing the roller coaster of highs and devastating lows, along with the darker elements that few ever saw. While she's chosen to stay silent so far, those close to her hint that Selena knows far more than she's ever revealed. So now the question looms. Will she finally speak out? Or will her silence remain unbroken? Only time will tell. Selena Gomez witnessed firsthand some of the intense challenges Justin Bieber faced, and she knows just how deeply those experiences scarred him. Now, with explosive controversies surrounding Diddy Combs making headlines, Justin appears to be wrestling with the emotional weight of his past all over again. According to sources close to him, this unfolding situation has reopened old wounds, dragging him back into memories from a time in his life that, beneath all the glitz and glamour, was far darker than most ever imagined. And standing quietly in the background of those years, Selena. As someone who once loved Justin deeply and lived through many of those moments by his side, her perspective offers a rare and valuable window into what he truly endured. As fans begin piecing together the full picture, the question now becomes, will Selena finally break her silence? Could she offer her empathy, her support, or even reveal truths about a chapter in Justin's life that remains largely untold? The urgency around these questions has only grown. On September 16th, Diddy was arrested on serious federal charges, including trafficking, coercion, and facilitating transportation for prostitution. A chilling 14-page indictment alleges he ran a criminal operation that exploited women, hosted multi-day drug-fueled events known as freak-offs, and used intimidation to keep those around him silent. Diddy has since pleaded not guilty. In the wake of these disturbing revelations, An exclusive source told In Touch that fans and insiders alike are re-examining Diddy's ties to major celebrities, especially Justin Bieber, through an entirely new and unsettling lens. And no one perhaps is feeling the weight of it all more than Justin himself. Since news of Diddy's legal issues broke, Justin Bieber's Instagram has been flooded with messages of support. Fans have been rallying behind him with comments like, "The world should have protected you," and "It's time to speak out and expose Diddy." Many are urging him to break his silence about the man who took him under his wing when he was just 15 years old. However, an insider reveals that reliving that chapter of his life is the last thing Justin wants to do. Over the years, he's battled his own personal demons dealing with drug addiction, mental health struggles, suicidal thoughts, and highly publicized breakdowns. Through it all, he has remained quiet about the darker side of his early experiences in the industry, particularly his complicated relationship with Diddy. But behind the scenes, this may be beginning to change. The source mentions that Justin has slowly started to open up to close friends, describing that time in his life as a nightmare that's haunted him for years. Looking back, many now believe the warning signs were there all along, though they were often ignored. Justin was just 13 years old when Usher first introduced him to Diddy. As Justin's fame grew, he quickly became a regular in Diddy's circle. On the surface, it appeared to be mentorship, but in hindsight, the relationship seems much more troubling. A resurfaced clip from March 2009 is now being viewed through a darker lens. In the video, Diddy, then an adult, proudly states, "He's having 48 hours with Diddy. What we're doing, we can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. We're going to go full crazy." A visibly uncomfortable, Justin nervously responds, "Let's just go get some girls." At the time, the video seemed like playful banter, but today it feels like a chilling glimpse into a dynamic that was less about guidance and more about indulgence and manipulation. People are now connecting the dots. One user on X, formerly Twitter, posted, "P. Diddy was Usher's legal guardian. Justin Bieber had just turned 15. He spent 48 hours with Diddy doing who knows what. We didn't see it then, but we sure do now. He's not escaping these allegations." As the world revisits Diddy's influence over young artists, it's becoming painfully clear that what once appeared glamorous was, in reality, anything but. Justin Bieber has long alluded to the trauma he faced as a young star, much of it stemming from his connections with powerful figures like Sean Diddy Combs. While a recent viral clip of Justin singing about a Diddy party was later revealed to be AI-generated, the emotional weight behind these experiences is very real. In his deeply personal 2020 song, Lonely, Justin sings, "Everybody saw me sick, and it felt like no one gave a she," reflecting the profound isolation he felt while dealing with the pressures of fame at such a young age. That same year, during an emotional interview with Apple Music's Zane Lowe, Justin broke down as he opened up about the struggles of growing up in the spotlight. "It was hard for me, being that young and being in the industry and not knowing where to turn," he said, his voice heavy with emotion. He also spoke sincerely about wanting to protect other young stars from the pain he endured, specifically Billie Eilish. "If she ever needs me, I'm going to be here for her," Justin said, adding, "I don't want her to go through anything I went through. I wouldn't wish that on anybody." According to a source close to the singer, Justin has extended that offer to several up-and-coming artists, encouraging them to reach out if they ever feel overwhelmed. He has been open about his own struggles, crediting therapy and his faith as key factors in his recovery. However, watching his painful past resurface has been challenging for him. "It's been hard to have all this stuff dredged up again," the source revealed. Currently, Justin is leaning on the unconditional support of his wife, Haley, and focusing on their 1-month-old son, Jack. Yet, if sharing his trauma can help others, Justin is unlikely to stay silent for long. "He wants to break the cycle once and for all," the insider added. In response to the ongoing conversation, one fan commented, "Justin Bieber was always so uncomfortable around P. Diddy." Adding fuel to the fire, an old 2011 video is now resurfacing, further intensifying the scrutiny. A resurfaced clip of Justin Bieber and Sean Diddy Combs on Jimmy Kimmel Live is now casting a chilling light on their relationship, especially in the context of Diddy's recent arrest on charges related to trafficking and racketeering. During the interview, host Jimmy Kimmel casually asks the duo about their friendship and whether they're working on music together. Diddy, then 54, responds with a revealing remark. I think that we've become friends in a strange way. A 16-year-old Justin trying to keep the mood light, jokes. It's like Rob and Big, referring to the popular MTV show about skateboarder Rob Dyrdek and his larger-than-life bodyguard, the late Christopher Big Black Boykin. I'm Big and you're Rob, Justin quips, but as the conversation progresses, the tone subtly shifts. Diddy says, "To a lot of us, he's like a little brother. He's not afraid to call and ask for advice." He goes on to reflect on the music industry, commenting, "Industry-wise, the record industry is a strong family," before adding, "He's somebody that we definitely have our arms around, and we want to protect him." What once seemed like a lighthearted exchange now feels layered with unsettling complexity, especially as more disturbing allegations against Diddy continue to surface. For many viewers, the dynamic between the two in that clip now appears far more troubling in hindsight. "He's genuinely such a nice person," Diddy said of Justin, smiling. "Besides his talents, he's one of the greatest kids you could ever know." The two laughed as Justin reached out to shake Diddy's hand, both sharing a moment of playful camaraderie. Host Jimmy Kimmel, 56, then jumped in with a joke. "You know, Diddy bought his son a Bentley, maybe he could buy you one too?" Justin, now 30, chuckled and replied, "He got me a Lamborghini, I haven't gotten it yet though. When's that coming?" Kimmel quickly added, "We talked about this last time, the Lamborghini, for a day or two, right?" Diddy smirked and said, "He had access to the house, and he knows better than to be talking about the things he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody." While the exchange seemed lighthearted at the time, in light of the recent allegations against Diddy, it now feels deeply unsettling. The conversation casts a troubling shadow over their relationship, especially considering Justin's young age during that period. So what do you think? Does this change how you view their relationship? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you found this video revealing, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an update. I drop new videos every week uncovering the secrets behind your favorite celebrities.